Okay. Well, you're more or less able to confirm more directly what Romeo had seen. This ship is in bad shape. It is surprising that this thing is hanging in the void at all.
And I have seen a broken ship before.
You have seen a broken ship before.
Bit from the inside, bit from the outside.
I'm not sure I want to set foot on that thing. Who knows? It might just fall apart.
If it's gonna fall apart, it's gonna fall apart in chunks big enough for us to catch. Basically.
We have the teleporter.
And aside from that, we have ships that can go out and actually, like, if someone goes lost in the void, we can just literally pick them up in a ship.
Yeah, so clearly it's void suits on all the time over there.
Yeah, void suits on all the time. I don't even think a lot of the areas still have atmosphere anyway.
So essentially, the question is, will you be boarding the ship with physical entrance or attempting the teleporter?
Well, were we able to locate engineering? Where's the role for that?
Well, you were able to get a scan of the ship, certainly. You were able to find certainly able to find where its drive section is.
Right, and how torn up is it?
Well, it's not turned on. The augurs have not been able to divine whether or what the actual state of the machine is.
But I mean, is it hold? Can we get in from the outside without putting any additional breaches in it?
You don't believe so? It is deeper in the vessel.
Alright, I guess just work with the most repaired landing bay closest to the engineering section.
Take some murder servitors just in case.
Of course. They have void suits,
Okay.
right?
They don't need void suits.
Yeah, I'm pretty
There
sure
we
that-
go then.
Alright, so I take all my murder servitors, and should I take some of the squad with me or no?
Well, they're easily capable of having void suits too. Your life support system specifically notes it.
Okay. Yeah, so I take everybody.
I assume that we'd have, like, a lot more, it'd be like five murder servitors, a few Imperial, and then mostly salvage and tech priests. Because those dudes are actually going to be able to tell us, like, what is dangerous and what is valuable, which is kind of what we're on here. I think the murder servitors are just in case. Because there might be, like, demons in here, or weird Xenos, or some shit.
I'm thinking Zennith.
Yeah, we don't know what happened to it. We're not sure what happened to it in between times. Bring some murder servitors just to be sure.
Not
Yeah.
every Space Hulk has Tyranid on.
They do. All of them do.
Well, I'm assuming...
Not every Space Hulk, but any Space Hulk.
Hashtag not all Space Hulks.
I'm assuming this particular ship got shot up by what's the name of the alien race we're trying to find?
Martell.
The Martell. I'm assuming it's Martellin. Like Martell and Weaponry destroyed this thing. We don't have any examples of it, so we can't be sure, but it makes sense.
Well, we know they used teleportation as a major weapon, though, so I wouldn't expect
But-
it to have that much external damage from that sort of attack.
Yeah, but they could have just also we're by the homeworld. They probably had long range interplanetary into void weaponry. I'd assume. And
Which is, of course, why we moved in slowly.
yeah, of course. But also they were dead a long time ago. We haven't found any living ones yet, so whatever. Like, I'm not expecting to find Martellans on here, but I wouldn't be surprised if we found something.
I'm not necessarily expecting to find anything living, but I wouldn't be surprised either. There are definitely some murder servitors and lots of techies.
Okay, just double checking the shit I have here. Okay, shit has been double checked. So, your vessel flies into what remains of one of the crumbling launch bays. There's still fighter craft in here, but to say they've seen better days, it would be charitable.
Can I make an awareness check on some of the old fighter craft? Well, actually, I guess I would want to make it. I don't really have a tech check, but I want to see if any of these things could be repaired to be in working order.
Well, you can.
I have taken point, by the way. So I want to point out that I'm taking point.
Okay.
Archaeotech?
Dude, Archaeotech fighter ships. Like, possibly Archaeotech gun cutter.
That looks mighty nice.
Although, more than likely, it's going to be one of the Imperial flyers, but those are still good.
But yeah, go ahead and toss out a tech use. I don't know. Can tech use be used untrained? Can it do one of those? I mean, obviously, there's people with training in it regardless.
It's an advanced skill.
Okay, so
Then it can't be used. Okay.
yeah,
Next
so
level.
obviously, there's other people who can use it though. Well, the captain has successfully concluded. And let's see. And backed up by the tech priests who have come along, some of whom also don't need void suits.
One day.
That these are now, regardless of what they used to be, these are now as much starships as a sandcastle in the shape of a starship is a starship.
Got it.
So they're not starships.
Like, you could pretty much hit it with a crowbar and it might just collapse.
Okay.
Any cargo, anything.
Well, there may be cargo somewhere, but certainly not here. It is a rather large vessel. You could probably spend months exploring your own ship, much less this one.
Do we have people who handle scrap and recycling operations?
To a degree, but you are limited by the space within your vessel.
I mean, compared to what we're taking from, it's mostly going to be little tiny sample sizes. But yeah, take apart, I guess, the fighter that's in the best condition, see if they can get anything from it.
Alright, some of the tech priests stay behind to do that then, as you venture further.
Yep.
So, awareness on your point man. Good job.
Yeah, so let me just roll that.
Yes.
That's a pass.
See, now for me, that would have been a fail.
What is your perception? Wait, I have your thing here.
33.
I was wondering what his perception is.
I think it's 38.
37. I mean, still a success, but... But yeah, so... As you lead your little expeditionary group deeper into the ship, trying to follow the vague augury divination as best you can, you do see something flit out of the corner of your eye.
Okay. I yell, ready your weapons. Movement. Movement, ready your weapons. And then I draw my pistol.
Sound is, of course, limited, as you are essentially in vacuum.
Microbeads.
Yeah, I'm using microbeats.
Yeah, you're able to communicate with each other, but you're not able to clearly hear the thing, whatever it is.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's Gene Steele.
Alright, so everybody, I want everybody to take an overwatch and just move forward slowly.
I'm gonna do that then.
I have no idea if Romeo's with you guys or not.
Oh, you could just say he is.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I guess he's bringing up the rear.
Yeah, I'd assume he would be.
Alright, sounds good.
There's presumably a small force left behind guarding the cutter.
The cutter's pretty good at guarding itself, too, to be fair. I don't know if we necessarily want to fire heavy weapons in the middle of an unstable ship, but, you know, desperate measures are desperate measures.
Yeah, you make your way a little further towards the drive. Then something else at another corner. Occasionally, a little bit of debris falls down. The sound is extremely muted, but you do feel the reverberation.
Okay.
Anyone care to speculate on what we have here?
Is that an intelligence check?
Do a Common Lore Navy for people who have it. Common Lore Imperial Guard for you, Mike.
That's a fail for me.
Okay.
That is also a failure from me.
Now let me just double check. I don't think there's anything further that you have besides, you know, the wild imagination of Voidfarers.
Can we assume one of the crew might have this also?
Oh yeah, they have really good. They got really good.
Well, they got 45. They got 45 and everything. That's not terrible. It's actually
have
better
an
than
adaptable
mine.
crew.
Yeah,
it's
it's better
actually
than mine as
better
well.
than
That's a
mine.
good idea, Alex.
Technically, they only have 45 in like one or two things, but every crew member has 45 or 50 in whatever they're specialized in.
And
Yes, there's
obviously
gotta
we'd
be
be
one
taking
dude who-
specialists.
Yeah, sorry. There's got to be one dude who, like, reads up on Imperial stuff, and also it is an Imperial ship, so I'm assuming we'd bring at least one dude who knows Imperial stuff.
In this case, it ends up being more, you know, Voidsman legends, more or less the old seaman's tales and whatnot. So there is one. I mean, well, there's various guys in the group, given the general permeating feeling of dread that's been cast over the ship ever since you entered the system. But there's one in particular who has his lays pistol in one hand and probably some sort of Aquila emblem, a symbol of the Emperor in his other hand that he's got up next to his face and is rubbing for good luck as you're going through. Do you know the kind of things that live on ships in the middle of the void?
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
What if it doesn't bleed, sir?
I'm not sure.
Then you just remove its limbs so it can't do anything.
Fantastic perspective. You see, one way or another it can be made harmless.
Xenos, demons, ghosts.
Well, the ghost might be hard.
I have some ideas.
Proton pack?
Proton pack.